Okay, so now we're on Jurassic Park installment number 5. Yeah, so let's just end this. There's only one more movie to go, and I'm already way behind schedule. So I watched the fifth installment of the Jurassic Park franchise, of the whole franchise. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a movie that has a really mixed, or should I say, poor reception compared to the previous ones, and for a while I was hesitant to watch this because of the bad reception that this movie got. Because I love the first Jurassic Park, and even the second one was enjoyable. So for a movie to get a bad reception, a Jurassic Park movie to get a bad reception, is to me unacceptable. A movie has to be at least tolerable. Jurassic World was at least tolerable, and Jurassic Park 3 was at least, again, tolerable and short, so you wouldn't even realize the passage of time. There are parts of the movie that I really enjoyed. Some parts of the movie is like okay. My issues with the film is purely the characters and how they handle some of the situations. The execution of certain scenes is some of my biggest issues with the film. Aside from that, everything else is fine. Okay, so what I did not like were the characters and how they were executed. I feel like Chris Pratt should have been the one who was recruited, and he goes to Bryce Dallas Howard. I felt like that should have been the execution because Chris Pratt was the animal loving Navy guy. He loves animals. So I felt like the company should have called him instead of Bryce Dallas Howard. That's one of my issues because her character suddenly shifted from this independent businesswoman to being an activist, animal rights activist at least. It just felt a bit off because there was nothing in the previous film that was hinting at that, or at least I don't remember hinting at that. Most of the plot in this film is just a copy paste of the second movie, The Lost World Jurassic Park. If you watch this movie, you would understand. If you watched this movie and you watched the second installment of the franchise, then you would know that both of these are essentially the same story, and I did not like that. It's just a slight variation of the same thing, is what I'm saying. It has, even the characters are mostly the same. I hated the nerd character, the system analyst character in this film, as he's just a stereotypical nerd who was there just to scream. He was a very annoying character to me. There wasn't nothing about him that connected me to him. He was just there. There's a dinosaur doctor that never seen a dinosaur before, and they bring her into the park. And there's a scene at the end where they have to open 3 doors, and the third door is basically, it leads to the outside world. And so instead of opening that first, they have because there's poison gas coming, these main characters have the bright idea to open the door in sequence rather than just opening the third door first, then the first door, the second door, and then stopping at the first door, because if you open the third door, chances are you can get them to Isla Sorna, which apparently nobody thought of doing an auction at that place because, it's the place that doesn't have a volcano, which is nearby. But no, the sequel sets up the premise that dinosaurs are now living with humans. They are a part of our world. So apparently there's no military action, apparently, or those who have guns. I'm pretty sure, it's shown in the movie that these dinosaurs are susceptible to bullets. Even if they did invade our land, if the military just uses 10 minutes of their time and just, machine gun everything, I don't think this is as big of an issue as they're presenting. I mean, the solution is there. If they attack, then we would defend. That's it. But the film presents it as a very big, it's like an apocalypse kind of event, there'll be chaos. Sure. But we would win at the end anyway because we have the better tech. Anyways, those are some of the things I didn't like. The characters, the execution, and some of the dinosaurs. I did not like the Indoraptor. Again, it's just another enlarged raptor. The size of this one is just in between, the raptors they are showing and the Indominus one in the previous movie. And the way they did it is that they took raptor genes and Indominus genes, which was already a part raptor. And the stupidest thing is that for this raptor to attack anyone, they use a gun with a laser, and whoever this laser's pointed at, this raptor will fixate on that target. Why not just shoot the dude? I mean, if you're going through the trouble of putting a laser in a gun, why not just take the time to just shoot? There's a whole lot of things in this movie, but the things I did like are some of the action. I liked the dinosaurs eating people. Even then, it was not as gory as I would have liked. It was not as, it wasn't up to the level of Jurassic Park, where, like you see Samuel L. Jackson's stump of an arm on Ellie Sattler or something like that. Film does present some moral dilemmas that hardly ever pays off, but it's there, and I kind of like that. And what Jurassic Park told us, this film at least tries an attempt at showing it to us. So I kind of like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else was pretty lame. The beginning parts of the movie was some of the most entertaining. It was stupid, like Chris Pratt outrunning volcanic ash. Like, there are some dumb moments, but they were entertaining enough, at least in the first half. It's the second half that kind of drags it down a little bit. It kind of picks up again once the Indoraptor goes on a rampage, and then again it slows down, and it becomes the dumbest moment that the gate gets open just to set up a sequel. In the third movie, whatever they face is because of this girl. And the clone thing, like, she's apparently a clone, but that never comes into play. There were so many stupid moments in the film, but it is enjoyable enough, I guess. I wouldn't say it's a bad film. I wouldn't say it is a good film either. This film is somewhat in the middle area, because to me, this is kind of the weakest film for me now. Because I enjoyed Jurassic Park 3, the movie in which a dinosaur actually speaks to the main character. The dinosaur going, Alan. I liked that movie. I found that movie to be more enjoyable than this one. And that's kind of sad. It's not as good as Jurassic World, and I wasn't a big fan of that either. Jurassic World was at least a bit more enjoyable than this. So far, to me, Fallen Kingdom is the weakest one, but it's visually awesome. What they did with the special effects, it's visually very cool. It's some of the best visuals in a Jurassic Park film. I would acknowledge that, at least. So there are some good things in this. I like the concept, at least. The direction is fine. Performances are fine. It's just that the execution was a bit bad. But aside from that, I say this is just an average watch. I don't think it's something that you would ever need to go watch it again if installment number 7 comes and you just want to speed run through it. I say you can pretty much skip this one. But I did like the concept. I did like the performances, and I did like some of the dinosaur action in the film. The first half, when they were in Isla Nublar, and at the third act, when they're trying to survive the Indoraptor attack, those two are the best scenes in the film. They're dumb, but they're the best scenes in the film. It's the most entertaining thing in the film, and everything else was just a bit disappointing to me. Sadly, that's what I feel. Anyhow, that's all for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm gonna go watch Dominion next, just to finish this off. And so I guess I'll see you in that one. I say this is just something you can just avoid, or you can just watch it once. It's a one-time watch film, and once is more than enough for a movie like this. So if you haven't watched it yet, then I say watch it once. It's a one-time watch. But if you have watched it, then I say just skip it. It's not gonna be as memorable anyway. All the alcohol is in my liver. I guess I lost and you're the winner. Missing your touch, you were a good kisser. I was born a saint, but now